Welcome to Success Superstars, episode number 193, your place for inspiration and the blueprint of success for peak performers just like you. And my special guest today, Greg Ford. Greg, welcome.
Thanks, Mark. It's my pleasure. I'm glad to join you today.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the show, and what an amazing journey. But let us get to know you a little bit. Tell us a little about you and your journey.
Sure. In 2003, I took some real estate classes and thought I might do it as a part-time career. I ended up getting into it full-time. And within a short period of time, I became a broker in 3 states, became the president of a real estate association, served on the NAR board of directors, and changed brokerages 2 times during that 16-year period.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided I would open up a franchise. And I got intrigued with JPAR. And in the middle of the pandemic, I decided to launch a franchise.
And the rest is history. Now,
And the rest is history.
What intrigued you about JPAR?
I liked the culture. I could relate to it. It reminded me a lot of Keller Williams when I started with them, when they were much smaller and nobody knew who they were. We used to say Keller who.
Right.
And I just kind of felt that they had a similar culture. I really liked their model. It was very agent focused because even though I was the broker at Keller Williams, I was in production. So I could relate to the value, we were offering the agents as a franchise model.
Right. Yeah. I like to say we were born from top producers for top producers. We built the model that we wanted to have, like you and I when we were selling. And participating, we built what we wanted to be part of, and that's powerful. Now, doing this in the middle of a global pandemic is not easy, but you've had phenomenal growth and phenomenal success. Tell us how, and I know it hasn't been easy, it's been hard work, but tell us how that's been for you since you started.
Sure. So it was interesting because basically during the start of the pandemic, we closed the office of the brokerage I had been working at. And so I went ahead and rented an office at Regis. And I was like one of only 2 people that were coming into the Regis office building. This was back in March. And basically I was out putting down my business plan and getting things ready to go for July 1 launch. I also used that opportunity to kind of reach out to my clients. I'm not one that really liked cold calling or calling my database,
right?
But I saw this as a great opportunity to reach out to see how I could help. And it was amazing. People just were glad to hear from me.
Right.
It was a totally different take on calling your database. And in July, we launched, we opened an office, and I'm still in production. Actually, I'm tracking my numbers more closely than I ever have.
Right.
I think that's one of my takeaways. As I'm trying to recruit agents from other brokerages and I'm looking at their numbers, it made me very self-aware of my own numbers.
Yeah, to track your own numbers and to lead by example. And that's one of the JPAR values, is leading by example. And if you're looking to connect with Greg or many of our other amazing broker owner and leaders across the JPAR nation, head over to jparready.com and check us out. We'd love to talk with you about the JPAR culture and what we're doing in the marketplace. Well,
Mark, can I share some of those numbers?
Yeah, let's share.
So year over year, production is up 99.7%.
Wow.
Average sold price is up 31.7%.
Wow.
That's my personal production. Now I'm wearing more hats now than I was back then in the prior 2 years, and I'm getting more done.
Greg, have you found that because of that, when you have more to do, you're more purposeful? And so you assign, because you have to get other things done, you're more focused on, hey, I've got to get this done, then I'm going to get that done. Are you finding that that's the case?
Absolutely. And the time management, I was always one to have a calendar,
right.
But I utilize it. I live by it now.
Yeah.
What's that saying? If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist.
I love that quote. If it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just go back a couple episodes. You'll see an episode I did with David Knox on time management tips, powerful episode. Well, any other numbers you'd like to share before we talk about the end of the year and moving into 2022?
No, that would be it on numbers. I think one of the things that I noticed is there are kind of two categories of agents, those that adapted and those that didn't. We had massive change in the industry as a result of the pandemic. And I think you either adapted or you didn't. And you can really see that with agents. As I look to and I talk to agents about our brokerage, I can just see their business. It went one of two directions. And it's really a stark contrast.
The momentum goes to those that can demonstrate the most flexibility, right?
Absolutely. And I think, it also separated leaders from followers.
Yeah.
I think, when they closed offices and people weren't meeting regularly, that was kind of their accountability. And when that piece was missing, their business just dropped off. Yet people that were kind of leaders made themselves accountable, looked for resources outside what they had been using in the past, and excelled in the environment.
Sure. And those separated those that were resourceful. I was just sharing a story about one of our associates in the JPAR Nation who got really resourceful and said, well, instead of stopping all my client events, he sent out gift baskets to everyone in his database, hired a mixologist to come to his house, and they did a Zoom and they had a virtual party. And that generated just as many, if not more, referrals as when he did it in person. So he just got resourceful. He adapted and didn't stop. He just got creative.
Yeah, excellent. I see these stories like on the news, and I think, wow, there's somebody really thinking outside the box. Like the teacher that started a library in her garage for her students because the school was closed.
Isn't that something? Yeah, because we all get resourceful. Well, as you think about between now and the end of the year and getting prepared for 2022, do you have any advice or coaching for those listening in?
Well, I just speak for myself mostly. For me, I found, mindset and balance are areas that I'm working on. What I found when the business is going good, full throttle on the business, and then kind of the rest of my life, falls apart. No pun intended. But I just find like recreation, going to the gym, all those activities kind of fall by the wayside. So, as I look back and I'm kind of now planning into the next year, that's one of the areas I want to focus on, having a little more balance, moving forward.
Got it. We actually did a great episode on Success Superstars. Go back a few if you're on YouTube with my episode with Dr. Shane Criato, who talked about the importance of sleep and balance in high performance people like Greg and others. Well, Greg, thanks for coming on today.
My pleasure. And I enjoy your morning coaching sessions as well. I try to make as many of those as I can.
Yeah, the JPAR Morning Club, which we've now done, I think, 450 episodes, which started 22 months ago when the pandemic started. We thought, great, it was funny. We thought, well, we'll do this for like a couple weeks, maybe a month. And now we're 22 months later, still doing it every morning. And we're getting some great guests, and we need to have you as a guest on the Morning Club.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, congratulations on all your success. Thank you for being a leader and representing the JPAR Nation at the highest level. Can't wait to hear more about your success in the months to come.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a great day. And until we see you again on another episode of Success Superstars, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears.